This is an opportunity we cannot waste. This is what Polish President Andrzej Duda says about the beginning of President Donald Trump's second term, and he recalls a list of successes from the Republicans' first term. You remember, on the one hand, the gas contract signed at that time. On the other, my visit to the US terminal, the military contracts for the purchase of the Patriot system, for the purchase of F-35 aircraft, the increase of US military presence in Poland. President Donald Trump, while he was still a candidate for office, spoke about his close relationship with President Andrzej Duda, but also about how important it is for the United States to work with Poland during an interview in October with Republika.
I'm going to take care of the Polish people, always have. I made that speech in Warsaw, and people still talk about the speech, and I loved it, and it was, had a big impact. I don't want to say this braggadociously, but they said it was the greatest speech ever made.
Now that Donald Trump has been sworn in, Poland has a huge geopolitical opportunity. What is most important for us? Security in the region. Under President Joe Biden, the Russian aggression against Ukraine began. For the first time in years, a war is taking place right on our border. Ending it is one of Donald Trump's most important tasks.
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly. I will get the problem solved, and I will get it solved in rapid order, and it will take me no longer than one day.
This is not just about Ukraine, it's about the whole of Europe. In the aforementioned historic speech in Warsaw during his first term in office, President Donald Trump emphasized how important a strong and secure Poland is for the entire free world.
So together let us all fight like the Poles, for family, for freedom, for country, and for God. Thank you, God bless you, God bless the Polish people, God bless our allies, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you. God bless you.
These words are followed by specifics. For example, Trump's support for the Three Seas initiative and Poland's increased importance within the structures of NATO as an exemplary country fulfilling its obligations as a member of the strongest military alliance in the world.
Poland has a place to play here. It's been an increasingly important place because of what Vladimir Putin did in February 2022. That Polish importance now increases, ironically, because of Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's views on cooperation with Poland in our region have not changed. However, the government in Warsaw has changed, and the politicians of the Civic platform have never hidden their dislike of Trump. It would be the worst-case scenario for us, for our national interest, if, God forbid, Donald Trump comes back to power. This is how Donald Trump was attacked by the Civic Coalition's presidential candidate, and this is how his boss, current Prime Minister Donald Tusk, attacked Trump. Trump and his dependence on Russian services today is no longer debatable. This is not my assumption. This is the result of an investigation by the US services. It is not ruled out by the US services that Trump was even recruited by the Russian services 30 years ago. Today, Donald Tusk will be happy to erase his accusations against Trump. Let bygones be bygones, as they say across the Atlantic. What was is gone, but the damage is done. Besides, the administration of the new president of the world's most powerful superpower and guarantor of Poland's security remembers not only the offensive accusations of cooperation with Russia. US Vice President J.D. Vance openly wrote about the Tusk government being a threat to democracy in Poland and the alliance with America. Until recently, Poland had a conservative government. Using a lot of diplomatic and economic pressure, the Biden administration and many European nations attacked that government as anti-democracy. That government recently was replaced by a globalist liberal government that is now arresting its political opponents and shutting down public debate. Sound familiar? In the name of protecting democracy, they are using your tax dollars to attack a government that was a great ally of ours. Donald Tusk mocks such allegations. Not afraid of Tusk? Honest people have nothing to fear. Is that so? Then why did Hungary grant political asylum to opposition politician Marcin Romanowski? Why did the priest Michał Olszewski and two former officials of the Ministry of Justice spend many months behind bars? Why is there the persecution of journalists inconvenient to the authorities and their families, and recently also of ordinary citizens who demand an accounting of collections and transfers of public money to the private foundation of Tusk-supporting Jerzy Owsiak? A search of my flat. They told me to get dressed and that I was being arrested, and I said, on what grounds am I being arrested? Threats. But I didn't threaten anyone. That is why Donald Trump's second term as President of the United States is an opportunity for Poland that must be taken advantage of. In this context, the presidential elections in May in Poland may prove crucial, probably the most important elections in Poland's recent history.